Okay, so you learn how to do stick to empty hand disarm number 1. The number 3 angle would be the same thing, right? Number 2 angle, if you can do a number 2 angle, you can apply the same disarms as we do a number 4 angle. All right, so there's gonna be 4 different things that we can do based upon how we want to use the disarm. So the first one, I pick it up left, right. Don't pick it up with the right hand, because as he's pushing in, this is all your delt. I'm coming across my body. I'm getting my entire body to stop that. So I come across the body, I pick it up my left, and then I replace it with the right. So it's just left, right. And you should just drill left, right like that. Left, right. Okay, so I left, right, I pick it up. That's what I'm gonna do in all these, is I pick up that number 2. The first one is I'm basically stripping it out, okay? And then what I'm gonna do from here is I can go and do an arm bar, okay? A straight arm bar, or I could, take it out. These are options. Or I will use his body, or I'll use my body. So that's the 4 ones we're gonna work, okay? But the first one, we're just gonna do a pitch, like I showed you. I catch, I'm gonna pitch it out, all right? Now, that's all I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna start driving that palm up. There's an arm bar, and there can actually be a break or throw here, right? But if that fails for some reason, I'm just gonna pull back. So remember that bong lock that we did here? I could apply that, or what I like to do is I'm going palm to palm, and I start to bring it around here. I point the fingers here. He's feeling that. It's a real painful lock. I can then pull him back. If I want to, I can even put him into a rear naked choke. Okay, so again, and again, these are just techniques I put together for you. I just flow with them. I just do whatever I feel, but you have to have something that you can learn with, so this is why I'm breaking this down for you. So I go left, right, I pitch it. I use that elbow to lift him up here. It's starting to pressure, he's feeling that pressure, right? So then I can start to elevate. You see how he starts to tap out, and you need to do that, especially if you have a taller opponent. But sometimes maybe it doesn't work. So I just step back, okay? Remember, I put my hand on the shoulder here. I can now do that bong lock, okay? Or I can stay here. I have a little bit of pressure, but I use this lock now, kind of palm to palm, and I bring it, and if you look at this angle right here, that finger is pointed right under his armpit, and he's feeling that, right? And then what I do is I'll take this other hand, give him a little pull back, and I'm dropping his level, so it's easy for me to sink in to do that rear naked choke, just like that, okay? All right, so one more time. Left, right, maybe we'll do it from this angle, okay? I go left, right, and then I pitch it, right? I then take my hand here, I start rotating his palm up, okay? So I have this extending that arm bar. But if it doesn't work, I just pull back. I can also rake the eyes on the way back, right? Remember that bong lock, you have that by releasing it. Or if I want to, I continue by going palm to palm, and what I'm doing is taking his elbow so he doesn't elbow me. I hold it on the way down, put it under my shoulder, and then I just point up, right? Then I'm gonna take his shoulder, give him a pull back, and I'm dropping his level, and then I'm just gonna sink right here, make a V under his neck, bring my other behind, and then I'm doing the rear naked choke, okay? All right, so that's the first one. We're using a follow-up. But again, I could have went from here, maybe, and just went to an arm bar, right? I want you to start to develop your own follow-ups after you do the first disarm, which is a pitch. Now the next one, I'm gonna keep it. So I'm keeping the stick, okay? So I keep the stick. I strike him, just like that, okay? So I'm gonna put a strike in, left, right, I put the strike, and then now what I'm doing is I'm striking on the way down, and I'm bringing it right over. See that? So if I wanted to, I could go into a choke here, but what I'm gonna do, sorry, leave it up there. Okay, what I'm gonna do, okay, as I come in and I hit, I'm gonna come all the way over, so I'm into a shoulder lock right here. See, there's a shoulder lock, right? And then if you want to, you can push the head down, and you can have a little bit control here like this, okay? And follow up with strikes, okay? But what I want you to get, just if you can go to the left, right, just get this much, where you do a hit here, you hit down, and then you're coming into the shoulder lock, right? So then you take the stick out, you have control, okay? Come at me, bam, 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 right? Okay, so we wanna make it really simple for you. So left, right, palm up, I take it out, I put my strike in, I'm moving away from him as I strike. And then right at this point, I let go and I come over. Okay, it's gonna be very fast when I let go, right? So if I'm here, I let go, take your hand out. See where I'm at? So I come in my shoulder lock, bring him down, and now this is where you have a little bit of bargaining position. Okay, that's your second one. Now, the third one, I take out, I'm learning the concept of using his body, okay? And again, this may not be your thing, but I just want you to know the possibilities. I go left, right, I drop down. I'm striking with the stick, and on the way back, it's gonna come out, okay? Left, right. Usually this is not gonna take it out, but it goes behind the knee. Don't let me take it out. See, it starts to peel this way as you move, okay? So I go left, right, I drop down, and I come behind here, right? Then I'm just gonna bring it to a wrist lock like this. I turn my body so that I can throw him down on the ground, okay? Just like this, and we're gonna do the follow-up a little bit further back, okay? Okay, so again, left, right. As I go down, okay, punch me. See how I came up with it? I go into a wrist lock. I'm gonna just throw this other way so he doesn't fall. Wrist lock. Then I'm gonna throw, I throw him down on the ground just like this. And then what I'm gonna do is I slap his arm, I move him to his front, and then I'm gonna walk in, my knees are gonna be behind his elbow, I squeeze, and I apply a wrist lock just like that, okay? Now, do you need to do the whole thing? No, but what I'm doing is I'm showing you a more elaborate one just so that you know you're learning more technique and you can follow even further. If you can just go like this, left, right, and you go here and you take it out, throw him down with the wrist lock and get out, okay? Just do it with the wrist lock throw. You don't have to do a submission, okay? So just at least show me this. Left, right, I need the concept that you can use his body, okay? So I come here, I throw. Or maybe you want to go here, instead of going that low, you just push underneath. So you're going to strip it this way, okay? So 1, 2, I come here, but I come underneath this way. See, and it'll peel out as I lift, okay? 1, 2, first one goes behind the knee, second one comes up a little bit more under his armpit, and I take it out this way. Once I take out, what locks can I do? Arm bar up, I can move here, I can move to the wrist lock. You have a lot of possibilities because I showed you 12 locks in the lock flow. Okay, last concept, I'm just using my body. So when I go to kick, the momentum of my kick peels it out, right? So what I'm doing is I place it here and I throw a round kick or even a front kick. I'm gonna twist his wrist right here and bring it up when I throw the kick, right? So we'll go to this side. I go left, right. See, it's coming down. Now, one thing on all my disarms, I don't ever go across the center line. Remember I told you this before. I go here, and if he punches, I can still control. If I go left, right, and I go to here, and he punches, I can't use that anymore. So I wanna make sure, before I do any disarm, I go to the center line here, like that. So I go left, right, then I kicked him, and the stick came out. The trick for that stick to come out is when I kick, right here, when I go to kick, I'm twisting his wrist up, like that, okay? So that's what's gonna be the disarm, okay? All right, so let's say then I just go forward with it here, and then I end up and getting into a little bit of a lock this way. Come on, get out, okay? All right. But honestly, I don't wanna get close. You don't wanna get close in the street. So the idea is when I go left, right, okay, and I kick him like this, throw some punches in, and get out, okay? But I just want to show you, there's a lot of possibilities you can do as you advance through the arts, but you don't have to get that advanced at this point. Just be able to go left, right, you throw your kick, right, throw your punches, and get out, okay? And obviously there's more things. I mean, if I go left, right, if I see here, there's a strip right there, right at the end of the stick, right? So you kind of understand the concepts. Here's all I need to have you really be able to show me. If I go left, right, I can pitch the stick, get it away, right? And then you can just go into striking from that, okay? If I can go left, right, I can keep the stick. I can work it and follow up with the stick, right? So you just know, left, right, take it out, Maybe use it like a baseball bat, right? That's how you're gonna follow through with it. You don't need all the elaborate submissions that I taught you. I'm just giving you an example of what you could do with that. Then we did left, right. I know that I could use his body. So I might just go here and I'm just going forward with it. Now I just disarmed it, I got a wrist lock, I throw him down, okay? If I don't wanna do anything but come here and now go into striking. That's good enough, that's all I need to see on your test. And then the last concept was what, Colin?
Your body.
My body, right? So I could kick here, it could be chambered here where I kick this way. But what I'm working on is that little tilt up with the wrist. That's what's gonna make it come out. Now, it can also, let me get that stick. If I went here, I used to, old days I would go like this, but I'm not that limber. But I would come down and drop down and take it out like this and come in, okay? But you get the idea. Just somehow using your body, right? My body, my body, my body. I'm just learning how to strip it with my body. Okay, so that's the 4 concepts I want you to get. Pitch it, keep it, use his body, use your body, okay? That's all I need to see on your test.